Last where we left off, you guys were enjoying the festival. Um, you discovered that the fireworks were indeed filled with these unique mortars filled with spider webs that were designed to coat the entire town. After an unfortunate failed attempt to disarm one of the firework locations, security buffed up at the main event at the clock tower. Through your guys' meddling, saying screw it, we'll go take care of this now instead of waiting till midnight. Um, Rushed forward the timetable for the main event. You stormed Galliford's manor. Um, Discovered that his parents took the secret tunnel to the clock tower, on which on top where it was revealed that Galliford's father was not indeed his father, but a Winter Eladrin, unfamiliar to Galliford, he slit his mother's throat and tossed her over the edge of the clock tower. um, a, a quick battle ensued as you're like, okay, we're going to do the same thing to you, and you chucked him over the edge of the clock tower, killing him, but in doing so, set off the fireworks that rained down spider webs and spider eggs that hatched into giant spiders. And through some escape, you guys were able to escape the city, and you're now in the nearby forest. And that is where we'll pick up. So, you guys are booking it. You stop to catch a breath. What do you do?
Well, that was a total disaster.
Do we hear sounds of any other survivors that may have made it out?
You can give me a perception check.
Can we all make that check?
Sure, everybody can. And who got inspiration last time?
I think it was me.
Okay. Just so you're okay, Kerrigan. Morgan cannot make the check.
Oh, Morgan's gone. You're right. Morgan's dead. I forgot.
But Morgan will become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Okay,
Yes.
enough with the crow. Stig, Nix, and Mason, as you all look back towards the city. You don't hear anything. It's eerily quiet. But you don't hear any like survivors or whatnot running out of the city.
Gallenford would probably fall to his knees as everything's beginning to sink in.
I'm so sorry, Gallenford. Maybe we should have never come.
No, I had to come. Now I'm gonna have to get revenge.
Come on, we should start moving while it's still sun out.
What time of day was it?
About noon, I think.
It was around noonish. You guys sped you guys triggered this thing like midday.
At least we didn't wait for midnight and we're stuck out here in the dark. Come on, let's start heading towards this tree. Maybe we can get answers up there. Actually, never mind. That's where the hags are. Let's go to the water. That's closer.
Whichever one's closer, we'll have to hit all three. If they all three have generals serving underneath the one responsible, they'll all have to pay.
Fine, we'll go to the tree first and get it out of the way.
So distance wise, it would probably the lake is the closest.
And we know it's in the lake, not over here.
Correct.
Let's get a move on.
Miss Rice Caradon hasn't said anything about the lake.
Well, we're gonna have to follow 2 paths of that triangle there.
The only reason I haven't said anything about the lake is because I know we're going to have to go there eventually. And it's like when you have 3 things on a plate and you eat the one that you don't like first, so that you have the better one later.
I am the complete opposite. I eat the best thing first.
You know, our uncle has a saying that he eats it first because he doesn't want this, because the ceiling could collapse and he doesn't want to leave the best stuff for last if the roof's going to collapse.
That's kind of funny.
Plus, you don't want to fill up on all the bad stuff before you get a chance to get to the good stuff.
But anyway, so is that what are you guys going to?
Anyway, that's the proposed path. We either go to the tree first or the water first, and that's going to determine the rest of the travel, I think. Rock, paper, scissors. Do we go to Caradon Sphere or Mason Sphere first? Let's do the water. If Caradon's fine with the water, it's closer. I don't have to go to the hags. It's great. Let's do it.
It's also on the way to the cave beast.
Well, do you see my big circle? That's the path we're going to take. We either go up to the tree first, or we go right to the water first.
Yeah, we're going to the water.
Anyway, to the water. We're going to have to skirt around the town, but to the water.
All right. So you guys make your way back towards not straight towards the town, but you go around it, keeping it within view.
I'm going to still be listening for survivors.
Okay.
As we pass around it, I want to see if there's anybody else who got out.
Okay. I'm gonna say you guys make it to here, but it is getting to here since you guys are kind of getting more in a hurry. You are in a brisker walk, but you get to the edge of the forest, getting close to the edge of the forest before it hits nightfall.
Don't worry, guys. I have the alert feat. I can't be surprised.
Do you guys set up camp?
Okay, we set up camp.
Since I'm familiar with
Go ahead,
Since I'm
Jan.
familiar with the area, I'm just going to take a quick glance around our camp just to make sure there's no dark phase hiding in plain sight.
You can give me an investigation check. Um, walking around the perimeter
My
camp.
mind is elsewhere.
Yep, and with you're too busy with and you also remember that you left your mother on the ground in the streets, dead. When you retreated into the clock tower. Anything you guys are wishing to do while you're resting at camp?
Nyx is gonna druidcraft a little rose and make a makeshift, I guess, the grave site because we really did leave, and I feel like right now Gallenford's not doing too well.
Okay, so you make a nice small memorial up against one of the maple trees and whatnot in remembrance of Everfall.
I'm gonna resummon Morgan with my. I think it's instead of instant.
Caradon, after your ritual and everything, to summon Morgan. Morgan comes back. However, he's in an egg.
Well, that's new.
About the size of Nyx.
That's concerning.
So just talking this over, we're heading to a lake. So let's prepare for water and water travel and breathing underwater and stuff. I think I've got a spell that I can do for it. Who else? Who needs it? Who's got it?
I don't know. I've never trained to be to fight underwater. Sounds interesting. And he grows gills and webbed feet and arms.
Okay, that's 2.
To what?
Oh, nothing.
I don't have anything that works with the water.
Okay, Nyx is alright. So what about you, Caradon?
I've never taken the time to learn spells regarding water because I never wanted to go near it to begin with. So no, I will.
Is there something you could give Gallenford if you are going to stay on the surface? If we even have to go on, if we even have to do that.
The most I can do is an arcane hand that can follow you guys. Or I can send my little spirit or Morgan with you. So, and I can see through Morgan, but that's about it.
If we're going to be fighting underwater, we might need a surface team.
I could do that.
Are your spells able to penetrate the water? It won't distort their effectiveness?
Well, I've got a pretty good lightning bolt that I can send down there if I need to. As far as I know, it shouldn't affect distance. As long as I use a attribute that won't be
When
smothered
we
by
were
water.
on the journey to her to Edox, I heard sailors talking about depth charging. And it sounded very interesting.
Oh, I can do that very well.
Yes, it sounded like that was what they did to ward off giant sea monsters.
So Mason's gonna start thinking about like a helmet or something, or like a medieval diving bell that Gallenford can just wear on his head. If we get to the water, he'll start thinking about how to make that and craft that.
Okay.
And who
Gallenford's gonna.
does anybody
Sorry,
have
go
a
ahead.
hard time seeing in the dark so we can get a watch order?
Stig has dark vision.
Mason's got dark vision.
Gallenford's got dark vision.
And Caradwin is the knight.
Okay, it sounds like we all have dark vision, so I'll take second watch.
Who would like first watch?
I can take first watch. I have some rituals I'd like to do anyways with some of my spells. So
Caradwin, Mason,
I'll take the third watch.
Gallenford.
Stig will take fourth watch, and I think that should be enough for
I think Nick's put in 4 for fourth watch. So are you okay taking the early shift, Stig?
That works for me.
All right. So, Caradwin, everybody hunkers down, gets to get some rest, pull out bed rolls, and everything like that, right next to the fire. What are you doing? What do you do during your watch, Caradwin?
well, first I'm gonna try to figure out what the fuck is up with this egg, and if Morgan's gonna come out of it or not, or if they sent me something different.
Actually, as nighttime here, once nightfall is set, you hear cracking coming from the egg, like it's getting ready to hatch.
Do any of us asleep notice that?
I would say this is right as you guys are going to bed. So you guys are like getting tucked in, and you see Caradwin's giant egg beginning to hatch.
Please tell me that wasn't laid by Beauregard.
I don't think this has anything to do with Beauregard. I hope not.
And
Maybe stay up until we figure out if this thing's dangerous or not. With Caradwin, you can never tell.
And eventually, you see a giant raven about the size of you pops out, hatches from the egg. What does Morgan look different? Does he look like just a really big version of the egg version?
Morgan does look different. Morgan is still a raven, but a bigger raven with now 3 feet.
Okay, enough with the sound effects, please.
What a time to use that. 3 feet. Da-da. I love that. There is some, because Morgan's always been a little bejeweled, so still some like silver jewelry on Morgan collected throughout the years on its legs. But essentially it takes the form of an Eastern spirit, which is called a Yatagarasu. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but it's a 3-legged raven that has some mystical relevance in some East Asian cultures.
Okay. And Morgan is a she, right?
Yes.
She looks at you. So, what are we doing now?
Is Caradwin the only one that can hear it?
No, it speaks normally. Everybody can hear.
Carradine stifles a scream. Not out of fear, but out of excitement.
Wait, what did she say?
So, what's going on? Are we out of the city? No more spiders. Please. I'm tired of dying.
I'm tired of you dying too. Um, and I'm sorry, I think. I only feel guilty now that you seem to have some insane levels of intelligence to develop language. How can you... What happened to you?
But as you get stronger, I get stronger.
I don't like the way that sentence ended, tone-wise. Um,
Well, it seems like you two have a lot to talk about. I'm going to bed.
yes, I'm going to start prodding Morgan about questions about where they were, what happened, did somebody do anything to them on the other side? What new things can they do?
You can give me an Arcana check to help out with your questions.
All right.
You know, these elemental familiars are from the elemental planes. Each one evolves and grows uniquely to their partner, the one you formed a contract with. So Morgan evolved basically based off you. Based off your actions, your energy, and everything like that. And she's just kind of explain. You know a bit about some of this, but Morgan's kind of detailing her experience through as well.
Well, Morgan, suffice to say, this is quite an interesting turn of events that I didn't expect to happen so quickly. But I have some tests that we need to run. Not immediately, and nothing that'll put you in danger.
Of course, I know. You love to study and everything like that.
I'm going to feed Morgan a bunch of food. I don't know what I have, but I'm just going to start giving Morgan things.
Okay.
Treats. Treats for successful testing.
Morgan's very happy about that. And Morgan's not the size of a raven. She's the size of you. She's a medium-sized creature.
Which is also why I'm feeding Morgan, because I don't want another incident of bone horse eating bear cub because hungry.
You don't think that will happen with Morgan?
I'm not taking the chance with the group I have. They're gonna pin that on me so quick. I'm not gonna say it's not undeserved, but I don't want to be blamed for it nonetheless.
And last you heard about Beauregard, he went missing again.
That's right, Beauregard is.
Now you can give me a perception check during your watch, and Morgan can make one as well if you wish.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Morgan make one here. The better perception. Wow, Jesus Christ, Morgan, come on. I spoke up for you. Rolling a 9.
Evening.
Well, she was born like 5 hours ago.
Yeah.
You're kind of, you and Morgan are just kind of chit chatting and you're writing down in your notes because this is all exciting for you. Whose watch is it next?
Mason.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Bless you.
All right, Caradwin, you get Mason
Bless
up.
you.
Yep, thank you. You get Mason up for his watch.
Please don't freak out about Morgan. She's big now. She can help if you want, and she's a great conversation partner.
Okay. Sure.
Is Fulgrat, is your familiar out, Mason?
Yep. And since he's still below us level, he can still change his shape. So he's gonna be an owl, and just kind of every time Morgan speaks, he's gonna be like, "Whoo,
I'm Morgan.
I'm Morgan. Whoo,
I'm Morgan.
Morgan. Whoo, Morgan."
Go ahead, Mason, and give me a perception check. You get Fulgrat can give me one as well, and Morgan can give me another one if she. Oh. I'll do Morgan. Morgan, Mason, you're keeping watch.
Fulgurite's more interested in Morgan.
Yeah, I keep having trouble with this name for some reason. Yeah, he's having fun with Morgan. But Morgan, her head does a complete 180, so it's not turned completely around like your owl, like the owl would. It's completely upside down and points like off into the distance, like she noticed something.
What do you see?
I'm not sure. But
Is Fulgurite bothering you?
no, I'm actually having fun with with another familiar companion. But I think there's something out in the woods.
I'm gonna slap my chest, which equips my armor. Let me see. Reduce flame. I don't have line. Do I see anything out there, or is it still just dark? Now that I'm looking.
It's still dark, but you can give. But it seems like something has you can't see you don't see what Morgan is pointing at, or what she believes is something is out there. It's just like let's.
Can I have Fulgurite? I'm gonna look through his eyes and just have him kind of do a quick flyby.
Okay. When he flies by and flies near in the direction off over here, it reveals itself.
Oh, goody.
Okay, again, please. So we're gonna roll initiative.
I realized I was muted, so my question didn't get answered. Chris, is Morgan's character sheet static, or does it still have like the health and armor class and damage increase with my proficiency bonus and level still?
It still should. It should still level up and everything with you. So
Okay. And then
Don't worry, he just wants to see if the initiative is working properly for that one phase spider.
I put 2 GM, and it still rolled public.
So we only see one on the initiative order
That's fine. All right.
because there's only one, right?
So you guys are not surprised, because Morgan heard the phase spider. However, another one. Actually, I'll talk to.
So we know Morgan, Vulgurite, and Mason were up.
Well, I could assume that Mason, as soon as he saw the spiders, yelled, "Wake up!"
Yep, I probably would do that. Chris, I'm gonna put Fulgurate over here because that's where he would have been flying to when we saw it.
Okay, that's fine. I put him in the fire because I was thinking he would be curled up in a snake form in the embers of the fire.
Yep.
But,
Yeah. Now for him because they have dark vision, but I did send him out to scout the thing I couldn't see,
yeah.
and that's triggered it. Sounded like.
So Mason sounds the alarm. Stig, you're like, what's going on? And a giant spider comes into your face. You are not, you're not surprised, but it is
He wakes up and he goes, "Why am I not surprised?"
but he's going to bite at you. For an 18.
That will hit.
So 6 piercing, 48 poison plus 2d8 cold.
Yeah, I'll just take all of that.
Yeah, I didn't know if you resisted any of that. And now I need a Constitution saving throw. As the icy venom courses into your bloodstream. All right, you succeed.
Excellent.
It is your turn, Stig.
So Stig will spend half his movement to stand up because he doesn't sleep standing up.
I didn't. The reason why I didn't roll with advantage because I assumed you were like halfway up already. So
Okay, that works for me.
I didn't want to be a dick.
I'm immediately going to go to the gore. No, too close for blasters. I'm gonna have to pull out my predator sword two-handed. Now I'm just gonna recklessly attack this guy. For a 20.
A 20 will hit.
That'll be 10 slashing.
It squeals in pain as you cleave into it.
Alright, second attack. For an 18.
Hit.
Do 5 slashing. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay. I'm gonna let you guys see their health bars just so. Alright. That's your turn?
Yes, it is.
Alright. Gallenford, you see 2 giant face spiders. I need a wisdom saving throw to not be feared and be able to act normal.
Looks like there's a delay, but I did click it.
What'd you click? Oh, the wisdom save. Do you see the result? Okay, 14. Good enough.
It just popped up. 14.
Yep, I'm going with the first one.
Freaking. Actually, no. Gallenford sees these spiders and trying to power through it. He's going to picture that guy that masqueraded as his father. And he is just going to prep his sword and try out a new technique on this spider, but he doesn't see the spider in this moment. He sees that guy.
Right. Uh, 22 is going to hit.
Steel Wind Strike. I have to check something because I think it will hit the other guy as well.
I think you can target like 6 creatures within 30 feet of your position.
Yep. Okay, perfect. Can't remember if I have to roll to see if it hits the other guy too, though.
You make an attack against every single target.
But the other one is 35 feet away from you.
He takes a 5-foot step forward.
So I'd have to take a 5-foot step for that to work.
Yeah.
And here's the one for him.
Oh, Fulgurite did
Okay,
a...
so it wouldn't have hit him.
Oh, never mind.
Chris,
Yes.
what'd you say about Fulgurite?
Oh, I was going to see if the flyby gave him advantage. But it doesn't. It just says you don't provoke.
Yeah, you can attack just because I flew by.
Yeah, a 9 will not hit.
Okay, when the spell ended, I would have ended in front of... Okay, and I would have ended within 5 feet of this guy who died from it, and then I am going to back up as I am realizing they're spiders. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Fulgurite.
Fulgurite's gonna move down this way. He's gonna do a flyby and provide the help action against that one, but he's gonna start circling the camp looking for others.
Okay.
So he'll fly down there looking for, seeing if he can see any guys on his path, but he'll give the help action against that guy as he annoys it.
All right, so Fulgurite flies down, annoys it, and then flies over here and begins to look around. Is that the help action takes an action, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got a perception of 13 now, if that helps at all.
Not at this moment. I would. You would but that's his turn.
Yes.
Okay. Morrigan.
Morgan is I don't know what I want to have Morgan do, to be honest. I don't want Morgan to get hit. That's a lot of damage.
You could ask what Morgan wants to do.
I'm gonna tell Morgan just to get back 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. It's gonna have Morgan get back in range. And I don't think it takes any Morgan's actions to do what I'm gonna do next, so this is okay.
Okay, is Morgan on the ground or is Morgan flying?
Morgan is flying, but not super high off the ground. Just
How high up?
more of a hover. Just it would be close enough to the ground, so it would be similar to being on the ground, but I'm using the fly speed, so it's kind of hovering, maybe a foot or two off the ground.
Okay. Is that Morgan's turn?
Yeah. Actually, for the action, it's going to take the dodge action because it doesn't take an action for me to do what I wanted.
Okay.
So dodge action on for action.
Another one appears and it looks at Morgan and sees that it is the nearest prey.
At least you didn't fly into his web.
That's true.
He says you took the dodge action. These are with disadvantage, or this attack is with disadvantage. 8.
Will miss.
Mason.
I'm gonna shoot the one in front of me twice.
Okay, your first attack has advantage. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
I'm gonna do the extra D6 on this one. $16 for the second shot.
16 will hit.
Yeah, I guess I'll just stay here between at least this spider and Caradwin. And that will be my turn.
Alright. This one is going to phase away.
Is it my turn or is the spiders going on?
Hold on. Sorry.
Okay.
Unseen creatures are moving.
I'm like, I don't know.
Galliford, one appears right next to you. Oh, wait. This rolls at normal. 7.
Misses as Gallifrey panically tries to swivel away.
Alright, now it's your turn, Nix.
Okay. Nyx is gonna cast Moonbeam over here next to the spider over here. I think the spell save DC should be higher than that. I don't know why. I probably have to fix that manually.
And it's a beam. 5-foot radius. That's a
Sorry, you cut out.
I'm trying to figure out the size.
It's a
Okay.
10 by 10 square, but circle.
Oh, wrong layer.
That's a 5-foot radius.
And you can just like pop it right on top of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like a spotlight.
Nyx has turned into that kid. She stole a giant magnifying glass. Is using instead of moonlight instead of sunlight to scorch the helpless bugs.
There you go.
Does it take take the damage now or at the start of his turn?
Says when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or start its turn there. So I
Okay.
put it on him, so it should technically do it now.
Okay. So it needs to make a Constitution save.
Yes.
So we can push this thing into your moonbeam, and it'll take the damage immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Something to remember.
Failed, but so it's gonna take the damage.
7 ring. Take this, ice spider. Feel the wrath of the radiance.
Yep, and these spiders do look this like the same spiders from the town, all ice-like and everything like that too. Caradwin.
Well, fucking the bird is in danger already. I don't like that. But what I do like a lot, this line right here. So Morgan is using its new ability. I'm gonna use my action to cast lightning bolt through Morgan.
So okay, I was looking at the find familiar stuff. You have to use your action to use his senses. So it takes an action to go view Morgan's senses.
Oh, I have to use an action to do that? Oh.
That's what it says on the find familiar spell.
That's what it takes to view through his senses, but I don't think you need to do that first to cast a spell. Post the
Is there
find
any
familiar.
special rules you're using?
I that was, I think, the addition to Morgan's sheet. I think I misread.
I
That
probably
new
could have
edition.
written it better, honestly, but
I see what you're going for, though, for
Yeah.
the range spell. That makes sense.
So to be able to cast spells that are not of touch, you have to be seeing through her eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the difference. Because I was wondering how you could cast lightning bolt.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, where's my little dude? Because now that changes my.
it's the balance thing, you know.
No, that makes total sense. Like I said, I think I just misread that. I'm going to, okay, so then I'm just going to change my plan slightly, but do the same thing. I'm going to summon, I can do it within 60 feet of me, my awakened spellbook dude.
Nope. Can you pull him out?
Say that again?
Are you able to pull his token out and everything?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to summon him, and I should be able to still get that line. Yeah. And then I'll just cast it through him. And I'm gonna have both those guys give me a dex save.
Okay. I forgot about you could do that with him. So you can have
But I can-
one on one side of the map and him on the other, and just cast spells while you're in a bunk.
Pretty much. The only difference is through him, I'm limited on the number of times I can do it.
Oh, okay.
So for Morgan, I have to use an action to be able to do it first. But then with him, I only can do it 4 times a day. Let me cast the spell. There we go. Ooh, that's a nice amount of damage.
All right, I'm gonna go from top to bottom. So dex.
He succeeds, and god damn, really? On a +2? I call hacks. Okay, well they'll take half damage. 15 still pretty good on half damage. And that's my turn. That's my action and bonus action.
Mason, a spider comes out through the weave and attacks you. For 20.
I'm gonna shield that.
So what's your AC right now?
24, I think. Yeah, 24.
Okay.
And as a side effect, let me post a stupid spell. And as a side effect of it being an abjuration spell, it also turns my ward on.
So you have a 29 AC?
No, I have a 24 AC, but I have 7 ward points before you actually hit me. So the way Jeremy told me is you have to beat my AC, then you have to get through my ward hit points, then you go through my resistances, then you hit me.
Oh, okay. So your AC was 19, right?
My AC was 19. The shield spell makes it a 24. Because I cast an abjuration spell, I have now 7 ward points above my hit points. In other words, it's like I have 7 temporary hit points now.
Okay, because the way okay, never mind. I was reading the shield spell thinking it was your arcane ward. That's where I was getting confused.
No, the arcane ward is completely different.
Okay. No, yeah, I thought you clicked arcane ward and I was reading it and it was shield. Okay, never mind. I was so confused. Okay. This one is dead. Zig.
Let's see. It looks like. Well, I think that Gallenford, you got that one. His silence. Okay, Stig is going to run over.
Gallenford is panicking.
He's going to take 2 swipes at this one at recklessly.
Okay.
24
Hit.
for 9. Second attack. 22
Hit.
for 12. And then Stig is going to go. And he is going to bonus action superior fighting style, throwing his returning knife. For a 21 against that other spider.
Hit.
For 5 pierced.
Still alive.
Let me take a look, see what I have. Perfect. I'm going to action surge. I'm going to throw my knife at this one again.
Okay.
So, I didn't. I was supposed to click my quick toss knife attack.
It says quick toss.
I know, but it was supposed to be the first one I did, but I just hit it regular, so this will be my quick toss attack quote. But that's a crit.
Oh, okay. So the crit is the correct one.
My quick toss is my bonus action, and I just clicked my regular attack. My quick toss does extra damage. I figured that I just did it out of order.
Okay. What? Yeah, whatever.
That'll be a 24. Yeah, 22. I will snatch my blade out of the air and immediately turn it towards this one. Throwing it once again. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Wait, we got one. Oh. And then I catch my knife again and I go, I think that's enough for one turn.
Okay. Gallenford. I need a wisdom saving throw. There's a spider within view.
It's just taking a second for it to load, but I did click it.
You are frightened this round.
In response to that, I am going to cast Greater Invisibility, as I will feel like that protects me.
Alright. You to go invisible. Yeah, you can't move closer to the source of your fear.
Even the corpses?
I would say, the live one. You're fine with the dead ones.
Oh, okay. I figured the live one wouldn't go near a corpse, which is why I was doing that.
Yeah, no, you can move. You just can't. Yeah, you just can't go near a live one.
Okay, that is my turn.
Full gray.
He's gonna continue his scouting circle, and he'll use his action to look this time.
All right. He can give me a perception check. He doesn't. Other than the one up by Morgan, he doesn't believe he doesn't find any evidence of the other one that disappeared.
Yeah, they're probably blinking in and out, but he's gonna still do his searching. Anyway, that'll be his turn.
Morgan.
Well, Morgan is going to use their action to attack with their multi-attack. So first is the beak, 22,
That's a hit.
7 damage, and then the second is the claws, another 22 for 8 damage.
The spider is barely alive as Morgan's plucking out his many eyes.
And then Morgan is those are actions. Okay. Yeah, that's all they got left.
Is going to retaliate and try to bite Morgan.
Morgan is now too strong.
Mason.
Let's shoot the spider up by Morgan. 22.
Hit.
Here's the extra D6. Looks like it's dead, so I guess I'll save my second shot. And I'm just gonna stand here and kind of wait for any more to appear. Sorry if it double click sound buttons. Anyway, yeah, that's my turn.
It is going to bite. Try to. God damn it. Next.
Nyx is gonna produce flame, the spider. For 20.
Yep.
Or 12 fire. That's the end of my turn.
Caradwin.
I'm going to take a step back and cast a spell. Where is that? Oh, I'm on the wrong page. I'm just gonna cast a chill touch at it. Ooh, double eights. That's 16 damage on that guy.
All right, you guys quickly dispatch the giant spiders. Um, the night is still going, but you can still take. It didn't interrupt your full rest completely.
It's still my watch, so if you guys want to go back to bed, I can keep going.
Could Stig investigate these spiders, see if, just to confirm that these are ones from the village?
Yeah, you can give me an investigation check.
Stig, you want to see if you can pull anything off their fangs or anything, or maybe their, animal parts, and see, save them for later.
Excuse me. Yes, these are obviously from the city or the town. You believe that they came to hunt you.
Yeah, just be wary.
Can Mason see if he can pull the fangs out for later use?
You can give me what was it? I think you can give me 5 survival checks, one for each spider. One of them, you are. It's, some of them are badly damaged, but you can get 4 fangs from two spiders. You're like Professor Slughorn at Aragog's funeral, harvesting venom and parts.
This is why I came onto this group, to harvest magical creature parts.
All right, Mason. The rest of your watch goes off without any more hiccups. Who's next?
I think Caradrin was next.
I took the first one.
First.
I think it's Gallenford. Like,
I think Galliford was.
All right, Gallenford, you're up.
Are you okay to take a shift? You can have Morgan and Fulgurite to keep you company.
Yes, I'll be fine.
Well, if you ever get spooked or whatever, just let us know. Night.
And I'll pop down. If I get spooked, you guys will definitely hear me.
All right, Gallon, for you can give me a perception check, and Morgan and Fulgurite can as well if they're still helping keep watch.
Apologize for the delay. I think my connection is just slow right now. Well, shit.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, you're not having a very good 24 hours, Gallenford.
Gallenford's just, it's like he's staring at the corpse of the spider and the corpse is staring back. Morgan's like, are you keeping watch? Yep. Eyes have not moved.
Reminds me of that scene from Tremors 2 where the worms just thing is like, don't you feel sorry for it? No.
You, the watch your part of the watch goes off. No problems, Gallenford. It's quiet, but yeah, the spider corpses that you guys piled up is one of the heads is just staring at you. Who's next?
This is my nightmare.
It's my
Now you have-
turn.
Now you have to go to sleep, Gallenford.
Everyone's breaking up. Was it Nyx or was it Stick?
Yeah. I
Nyx is
said it's my
next.
turn, and then I think Stig was saying that something. So I think you can repeat yourself.
Oh, I was just thinking, it's like, Gallenford, was your watch the most terrifying part, or the fact that now you have to try and go to sleep?
Next, you can
It'll
give
definitely
me
be hard to go back to sleep, but
you can give me a perception check, Nix.
Okay. Like, here, you can take Bucky. He'll protect you. Sets him on Gallenford's chest. Okay. Perception check. 16.
Okay. Then it's still dark out. It's getting a little gray. But nothing seems out of the ordinary. You're keeping the fire going, but your watch goes off without a hitch. It is now Stig's turn. Was there
Yep.
anything you guys wish to do during your watch? I should have asked.
She would just be kind of patrolling near the fire, but nearby, just kind of humming to herself, but nothing else other than just kind of keeping an eye out.
Okay. So you can give me a perception check during your watch. The sun rises and it is now morning. You guys get a full rest. Nothing happens during your time, Stig.
And Stig has been going over all of his weapons with his whetstone.
All right. You guys get. You guys eat your breakfast and whatnot, and you continue on your way. Caradwin, you get a message.
That's okay.
It is super. It is. I'm trying to think. It is super fast. Um, Careful, this is Professor Bix. The circle is done.
Or our teleportation circle then. Am I able to reply to this?
Yeah.
Your assignment is 3 days overdue. Probably. Am I able to reply to this message, Chris?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And, hope you're doing your homework.
I missed midterms. Guys, stop bringing it up. This is also a project for me. This is also for a grade. Being in the Feywild is a great way to learn. How do I want to respond? I'll type something in chat for you real quick.
Well, Carolyn looks like she's doing that, and we're getting ready to take off. Gallenford is going to start carving like a runes into like a circle on the ground as he begins casting something that he pulled out of his book.
Okay. You see Gallenford begin to do. Is this a ritual or? Just about. It takes 10 minutes to cast. This he seems to be casting a spell. And when it goes off, Gallenford, light shines down from the sun, kind of enveloping you, and you hear the flapping of wings. And then you see it. You see a large figure as it descends. Okay, guys, please again stop with the sound effects. And your griffin descends.
And I shall name you Excalibur. I believe I can mentally communicate with him.
And this is a
So
fey creature.
once it descends and lands, I'll kind of turn to everyone and be like, everyone? Yeah. This is Excalibur. Excalibur. These are the Meddlers. Hard to tell if it's my connection or if it's just silent.
Okay. I was just I was double checking the greater seed spell. I didn't know how long it lasted. You guys see that Galliford has summoned his.
Just it's there until I dismiss it and resume.
Galliford has a new mount. It is much prettier and much more majestic than Beauregard.
No, it's not. Don't lie.
Sorry, bro. Gallenford will mount Excalibur because he's going to feel safer from the spiders on the Griffin.
Did you purposely spell Excalibur wrong?
It's spelled out to say Excalibur instead of Excalibur.
Well, no. Stig spelt it with a U instead of an I.
I was being hasty.
Oh.
Stig will just say, "That's very impressive, but I don't think we can all fit."
No, I wasn't intending on flying off since we all can't. We're going to walk beside everybody.
Fly. And then I poof into like a tiny hawk.
Oh, well, there you go. Can Morgan carry you, Caradwin?
No.
Yeah, I would. I think Morgan's a little too small.
I'm gonna put my
At this
one of
point.
my 3 feet down right now.
And
I'm
she's
sorry,
and
Morgan,
She's been.
I was so distracted that I forgot that you can answer for yourself now.
And she's been snacking on the donuts. She's getting a little pudgy around.
I dismissed Morgan as a bonus action before she could finish that sentence. How fucking dare you, you goddamn bird. Morgan is in timeout.
She's been eating around the donuts. Poof.
Morgan's had enough conversation today.
Sorry, one sec, guys. I'll be right back.
So, what do you do? You guys continue on your way?
Yep, at our regular walking pace.
Again, I'm going to keep an eye out for any sort of stump or something that can turn into a diving bell helmet for Gallenford.
Okay. Give me a perception check. You do find a large stump that you can that's about the size of Gallenford's head that you can definitely whittle down and fit him if you so wish to make it out of wood.
Okay, we have a helmet. Now I got to see if there's anything around here that might suit for like lenses or something so we can see out of it. But we got part of it down.
Excuse me, I'm trying not to yawn. You guys continue on. You keep an eye out for more attacks and spiders, but eventually, after another day, another 2 days from the attack, you do eventually make it to the edge of the lake.
Are we arriving like at nighttime? Is it still midday?
I would say it's daylight. It's between morning and noon.
All right. Does anybody have? I don't know if we have any riddles or visions or something to refresh us on what we're actually looking for before we just randomly search this lake.
I believe Caradwin saw the visions from after she cast that spell on me.
Actually, yeah. Can I get? Is there? I don't know if the specifics of vision.
You remember that you saw what seems to be a large beast of some sort, aquatic beast underneath the water. You believe in some sort of what seems to be a temple or a set of ruins underneath the water.
So there's a temple down there somewhere, and there's a beast in it. Now, I'm really liking the depth charge idea as a way to draw the beast out after aggravating it. I mean, maybe it'll go further in its tempo, but depending on how big it is, might be easier to deal with out here. We can draw it out. But as far as this specific location in the lake, you all might have to do some underwater exploring.
Stig will stick his hand in the water and see how cold it is.
It is fall time constantly here, so it's pretty cold.
Chris, I don't see any, but I was wondering if we had any empty potion bottles. I want to take the glass out of those and try and use them to make lenses for this helmet, this stupid helmet thing I'm trying to make.
If you want to say, if you wish to have saved some of the bottles for reuse, yes, that's totally fine. After drinking some health potions.
So I'm just super focused with this idea of making a diving bell helmet thing for Galliford. So I'm working on that.
Stig has 2 glass bottles in the bag of holding.
Hearing Stig say that, I'll reach into the bag of my pouch and pull those out. Here they are.
So Mason, you can add 2 glass bottles and I'll remove them from the bag.
So I'm going to use the right tool for the job and make some glass blowing whatever so that we can adjust this glass into some sort of lens for this helmet thing.
Yeah, you are. I think you've seen the show or the Dr. Stone.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what
Seasons just came out.
That's what you're doing. You're Dr. Stoning these makeshift water diving bell.
Diving helmet, yeah.
Yeah, for Galliford, but luckily you have magic to help out with that.
He just crafted his own. He magically created the exact tools he needs.
I'm essentially crafting that like pumpkin helmet from the show.
So,
Okay, Galliford, try. I need you to try this on. Can you see? Can you breathe?
I'll put my hat in the bag of holding and try the helmet on.
It's a little cockeyed. It's right now. It's small, and Mason, you're just kind of like squeezing it on.
Sorry, I didn't
This
have
isn't gonna get stuck, is it?
I didn't have time to build it to scale or to paint it, but it should work. In theory, at least.
So how long does it take for him to craft?
I'm gonna say for this, for this specific occasion, it's gonna take all day. So you guys are on the shore, waiting for Mason. Waiting for Mason to finish his helmet for Gallenford. What all do you wish to do while you're on the edge of the lake?
Well, if somebody points out that Stig has gills, or he notices it, he and Nix could do some scouting while you guys deal with that mumbo jumbo of whatever you're doing.
Here, you want to take Fulgurite with you? He can still turn into a Quipper. Let us know if you guys get into trouble or something. You guys go scout out. I'm gonna work on this. I'm in one of those like moods. I have to finish this.
We'll make a trade. Fulgurite for Bucky.
Fulgurite's gonna turn into a little Quipper fish.
Okay.
Stig's gonna grab him and he says, "Now you wait here in the Tulies, and I'll be with you in a minute."
I might scan the edge to see if there's any like maybe simple trick to getting down there without having to find ways of breathing just in case.
Okay. Real quick, we're gonna Caradwin, are you going in the water?
Not unless they can. Not unless they have a full diving suit.
Peregrine wants one of those armored diving suits.
I also don't have a way to breathe underwater. I don't have any of the spells or anything like that, so I wouldn't any benefit. So I will stay up here. What I will do is I can send Morgan, and I can look through Morgan's eyes during that time. The only thing I can't do is command Morgan when she's outside of 100 feet.
So you're gonna where are you sending Morgan?
I'm gonna attach Morgan to somebody with rope if need be.
Okay, so you're sending Morgan under the water.
Yeah, I mean Morgan's an elemental. I don't know if she needs to breathe. She doesn't need to eat or sleep.
We're gonna find out in a minute.
So we're gonna find out in a minute.
And I can leave a bird up here with you to keep an eye on you.
With this level of Morgan, yes, I need to fucking breathe.
Well, we didn't test that yet, Morgan. And you brought up the fucking donut, so this is on you.
Oh, you don't
even start. Don't start. You will not be on this plane again.
I want to say something very much. Here, let me make you something. And she grabs some sticks, makes a makeshift tiara, and places on your head.
I banished the bird again. I love this bird, but I also hate this bird.
You don't like a suck up?
Caradwin would much prefer a bird that is gonna kiss my ass than talk about the donuts that I eat.
Morgan has been just as stressed as you have been.
She is a reflection of you, Caradwin.
Yes.
That's why I both love and hate this bird.
And what's that say about yourself?
Exactly.
But you
the other
know
option
she called
is,
you without calling you, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Bitch ass bird, I'm gonna kick her ass, dude. I can send my awakened mind up to a point, but once it gets to 300 feet away from me, it's going to stop. So it can't go super far. And I don't know how far they're going to explore.
Yeah, you don't know how deep this the lake is, and you
Yeah.
most likely this temple or whatever, these ruins, is going to be underneath the at the bottom.
So I don't really have a way to go underwater, which is very intentional. Carador now wants nothing to do with water. She doesn't have to worry about water breathing as a spell if she's never near water. You know?
Do you want me to make you a helmet too?
No. Unless you guys really need me to go with you, in which case I might be a bit of a detriment, more than I would be. We'll find out.
That's okay. We'll see. We'll see what they find down there.
Yeah, let's do a scout first, and then we'll go from there.
All right, Nyx and Stig dive, and Fulgurite go into the water. Fulgurite is kind of bubbling due to it being a fire elemental.
I like thinking that he's like bioluminescent.
He's not. I would say since Mason, since you're trying to go more the electric route, he takes the form of an eel.
That's fine. That works.
And he and you guys follow, and you guys dive deep into the lake. Caradwin and Mason, Gallenford, and Caradwin. Mason, you're working on the helmet. Gallenford, what are you do? Where you're looking around for a better means to get into the temple.
Yeah, like if there's some secret pathway or some runes that if touched will open up something.
Okay, and Caradwin, what are you working on?
I'm just gonna be working in my spell book, trying to figure out how I can get from this plane back home, because we're gonna need that at some point.
All right. Stig, Mason, and Fulbright, you guys go deep into the water. If you remember correctly, you believed it was somewhere maybe from the first initial vision. Yet it was somewhere closer to this island. So you head east until you finally see a landmass, and you believe, okay, this is where the island is, and then you head down. There you go. Yeah. Okay. But when you get down, you all have dark vision while in your. Well, Nyx, you have dark vision in your octopus food, right? Okay. You begin to see what seems to be an underground structure. At least the outline of it. Give me perception checks, all three of you. Stig, Mason, all three of you notice that the water, as you get closer to the structure, the water is different. It's more opaque, is blurry. You can't. It's not as clear as the water that you're currently swimming in.
Fulbright's just gonna bump into Nyx and like swim this way. Like turn and like look like.
Yeah, if it's getting hard to see, Stig will grab one of Nyx's tentacles so they don't get separated.
Okay. Do you guys continue to dive towards the outline of the structure?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. When you guys get closer and closer into the structure, it's getting harder and harder to swim. It doesn't feel like water. But when you finally penetrate and you're into this murkiness, it's not doesn't feel like water at all, and you all realize that you can't breathe in this stuff.
Foggy Right's fine. He doesn't need to breathe. Or
Oh
does
wait, well wait. Fulbright, yeah, Fulbright doesn't need to breathe, right?
I don't think so.
Because he's the familiar and everything. So Nyx and Stig, you can't breathe in this liquid.
We immediately turn around.
How long can you guys hold your breaths?
We both can breathe underwater.
Yeah, but you're not in water anymore.
I think to hold your breath, it's like 1 plus your Constitution mod minutes.
All right. So
Then Stig can hold his breath for 3 minutes.
all right. So quickly being covered in this, whatever it is, you guys immediately make your way to the surface. You guys, Stig, when you break through, and same with you, Nyx. It seems like you guys are covered in like snot.
Gross.
Nyx just starts rubbing her tentacle on the like covered snot all over Stig's face.
Oh, stop it!
Is Fulgurite still down there?
He would stick with the group.
Okay.
He's a little fish in a big pond.
Anyway, Nick, we found it. Let's go tell the others. Ugh.
Mason, eventually you work out the details on this helmet, at least to fit Gallenford.
All right. Looks like it's dark, so we'll test it tomorrow.
Gallenford, give me a perception or investigation check. Looking around, you don't see anything that perhaps would be like a secret passage or a way to get to the underground ruins. But you do find what seems to be a fishing boat, a rowboat.
Oh. And it looks like, well,
It looks like
look-
it's been somebody pulled it up. It's beached on the shore, on the rocky shore.
I have a thought. Excalibur, let's go back to the others.
And Kedron, you're still looking through your spell book, kind of trying to figure out what you might need for this endeavor. But you do eventually see you guys all meet up, and when Stig and Nyx come out, they look like they're just covered in snot, like they've been slimed.
What is that on you guys?
We'd hope you'd tell us.
Can Mason go over and get a sample or whatever and look at it? See if it's eel or eel slime or something.
Yeah, you can definitely get a sample if you wish.
Fulgur, did you slime them up?
No, it wasn't him. It seemed to be congealed all around the temple. By the way, we found the temple.
I'm curious. Is it towards that island kind of in the distance?
It's around there, but is it like connected to the wall, or is it just nearby?
It seems like to be you. You believe from what the outline that you saw, it might be somehow connected.
It does look like it's built into the island side.
I have a theory. While Excalibur and I were scouting the edge, we found a boat that I think might take us to the other side for those of us who can't fly across. I think there may be a passage down that might not require us to have to dive, which then will allow Caradwin to come in with us.
So, are we moving camp to the island tonight?
That was going to be my suggestion.
How big is that island out there?
And how are we going to get there?
We have a boat.
Is it safe?
I didn't say safe. I said boat.
Exactly. Can I raid the Griffin to the island?
Yeah, you can hop on.
I'm going to hop on the Griffin.
Again, how big is that island? Is it, like a few 100 feet across? Is it like you could build a house on it?
You can probably.
I can go find out real quick. And I say, Excalibur. And since Caradwin jumped on, I'd say, hold on tight. And we'll fly across real quick.
You okay. Are you gonna land, or are you just gonna do a flyby just to get a sense of the size?
Just a flyby.
You fly around. You believe that you could probably build you could build a house on it. It's a decent sized island.
My first thought was that it's Master Roshi's island.
It's not that small.
Turtle Island?
Yeah, it's just big enough for a house.
So let me just talk about my concerns here. I'm concerned if we go out there at night, the sea beast is going to come out at night and it's going to attack us, and there's nowhere on the island that we're going to be out of range of it.
That is a fair point.
Stick just looks at him blankly and goes, so what's the problem?
Well, I don't know about you, but I would like to get a nice sleep tonight.
We can try going across in the morning.
I was going to say, I think Mason's being extremely agreeable. We should definitely not go onto the island with the sea beast in the ocean, in the water, in the lake.
Yeah, but if the sea beast comes to us, we won't have to go to it.
Yes.
And it will
But
be
we
on
can
the
bring it
surface,
ashore.
so you can fireball it. I don't see any downsides to this idea.
Well, I guess I do have my fly boots, so I've made my point. Stig's made his point. What do you guys think?
Well, I don't like being boxed in myself, so I do like the idea of waiting till morning.
We have 2 for morning, 1 for the island. Peregrine and Nyx.
I'm all for never going over the lake. So if we delay it by a couple hours, I'm okay with that.
I mean, I'm fine either way, but and just to make everybody feel better, well, we can wait till tomorrow.
All right, I see I'm outvoted.
Tell you what, tonight, Stig, you can, on your watch, you can watch the lake, and if you see the creature out there, we at least know it comes out at night, and then we can plan to be on the island in the middle tomorrow night. You got to scope out the battlefield before you actually engage.
Yeah, that makes sense. You guys can make camp. I gotta go clean off. And Stig is gonna strip and go to the lake and start trying to wash this mucus off.
Okay.
Any idea what that stuff might be, Mason?
I haven't had a chance to examine it yet. I shall go do that right now.
Mason, you can give me a nature check.
Can I give him the help action on this?
Sure.
I am trained.
This is a mucus. It is not. You believe it's not naturally coming from the lake. You believe that it may be something that is creating it and forming it around this temple under the water. You don't believe that this is, from what you experienced in the Fae as well. You can't think of this may. You don't know of any Fae-like creature that could also produce this particular mucus.
Yeah, I have some ideas of what material plane water creatures might produce this, but we're in the Feywild. Who knows?
Yeah, you have no idea. Even researching the material plane, you don't know of any natural. You don't know of any creature that can produce this, and at such large quantity of it as well.
Just because Stig, Nyx, this stuff didn't affect you at all. You just couldn't breathe it because it's water, but it did have any you're not feeling sick or have a rash or anything, do you, from just coming in contact with this stuff?
Stig in his undies will look himself over for any rashes.
Give me a investigation check. No rash.
But dang, do I look good.
All right, so I guess it's just to keep out water breathers or something. I may need to make more helmets.
I'll cross my fingers that my hunch is correct and that maybe there's a passageway on that island.
Mason's just going to use the rest of his time to just start experimenting with uses for this slime, like, does it make a good armor oil or grease? Is it flammable? Is it flame retardant? Does it conduct electricity? Things like that.
Okay. You can give me an Arcana check just to see what you may or may not discover from it. as you are playing around with it, you're like, is it Vikman? Um,
Venkman? Like,
Vikman? Yeah,
Mole the
when he's
fungus?
collecting the slime in the library, he's like, and you realize it's getting all over you, but you don't believe there's any you can't get any use out of this. You believe.
It's got all.
I'll just go and dump it out in the lake and wash up my bottles and stuff and be like, no, no applicable use.
Stig will pull out his fishing gear, see if he can catch anything.
You catch fulgurite. And I come over, fulgurite, don't eat that. Get that out of your mouth.
Please keep an eye on your familiar. He tosses it out and pulls in fulgurite again. Goes,
Give me a survival check, Mason.
For fulgurite or
No,
for
no,
me?
no, no. I'm sorry, Stig.
a survival check?
So you said you're efficient.
Yeah, just making sure.
You pull out some these unique looking red fish. It's like not a red sea bass. It's just it looks weird, but looks tasty at the same time.
I hold it up and I go to Gallagher and I go, "It's good."
Gallon, for this is an edible fish.
Oh yeah, those are good. You know, Excalibur can help you catch some more.
Well, the more the merrier.
I know how we can catch a bunch. And he readies shatter.
Oh Jesus!
I won't. I'm joking, but we can catch a lot that way.
You see Stig's concerned face, and he's like, "Come on, fishing isn't about catching fish. It's about relieving stress." Or that's what the guys at the Monster Hunters Association tell me.
Griffins are known for catching fish. They do love it. Not as much as larger animals, of course, but Excalibur is a fey creature, so I don't think we have to worry about that.
Together you all catch these red fish. You Galliford, you would know that these fish are called ruby snappers, and you could tell as the reason why they're called snappers, because their beaks are like similar to crab claws. So when you eat them, it almost tastes like like Dungeness crab. They're very sweet.
I'll explain what to expect when they're preparing the fish.
And they have a hard shell. So basically, there are fish. There are fish and crab, a crab and fish form, basically.
So you're saying there's shellfish?
Yes.
They're really good with the maple from my home.
They'll be eating, and then Stig's like, "This tastes like crab," and he'll look at the mucus, and he's like, "I wonder." We don't have any butter.
Oh, you can go ahead and dip it in the mucus if you want.
I'll try it.
It does not.
This is how they discovered honey.
It does not
That's what
taste.
at least that's what they said at the Hunter Slayer Association.
It does not taste good at all, and you don't even need to make a con save because you instantly, after swallowing it, throw up. You're heaving.
Oh, if it's bad enough, I won't even swallow it. But I'll just say, mark that in the log. This mucus is not edible.
So after a eventful day of exploring, discovering that the ruins or the temple is surrounded in this mucus, fighting off some fey spiders. Anything you wish to do for the rest of the evening?
Nope, just get ready for tomorrow.
Gallenford does a silent prayer to the autumn goddess, hoping for good luck and maybe any insights into everything.
Okay. Anybody
Steve
else?
will just be observing the water for any signs of this alleged sea creature.
And I'll have my awakened mind do the same.
So how close to the water are we going to make camp?
Is there like a shore and a tree line?
There's no tree lines. There's hillsides all around you, and the shore is like a rocky shore.
Okay, I'm gonna say like 20 feet from the water at least.
How close is the closest hilltop?
I would say about 50 feet.
Why don't we do this right and just park it up at the top of the hill?
Sounds good to me.
No objections here.
And before they go, Stig will lay the extra fish that they didn't eat right next to the shoreline, just to see what shows up.
Okay. So I'm assuming you're taking first watch, Stig?
Yeah, if nobody objects.
Nope.
No objections
I can take.
here.
I'll take second watch.
I'll take third again.
I'll take the last one.
All right. Stig, give me a perception check.
And if you want, the familiars can be out there with you again.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay. Karen, did you summon Morgan back?
Not. No.
No.
Because after the last couple comments, I don't need Morgan teaming up with Stig against me, okay?
Even in the Feywild, you feel with Morgan not there, you can feel the eyes of Morgan just staring at you like, really, really bit like.
Cut to Morgan having the time of his life in his extra dimensional space. It's like him being in a Pokeball.
Yeah, Morgan's got a little calendar that she gets to flip that says days since last incident.
Day since last death.
1.
If
Here as he puts a number 2 next to it.
If Fulgurite is out, have Fulgurite give me a perception check.
He has gone back to an owl.
Both Stig and Fulgurite, you do see something in. You see a shape in the water. You can't make out of it just from the distance, but there is something. Like seems like it penetrated the surface. But Stig, you notice that when it penetrated the surface, it didn't make any ripples in the water.
Can Fulgurite go fly down and get a better look at it? Staying, a good distance up so it doesn't get grabbed by anything.
Okay.
Do a quick flyover and see if there's any better description. Or, yeah.
With the darkness and in the water, you do see it is a very large creature. It's bigger than Excalibur.
Single big mass, or does it have a bunch of appendages like tentacles? Just
Unable to
general.
tell.
Okay.
But you do tell when it was sticking out of the water. It seems like three, almost like three orbs. Something gives off like a gleam towards on it, what you assume is to be its head. You believe it might be its eyes. Three eyes all in a row.
So I see 3 eyes, not like 3 appendages, like heads. When you said 3 orbs, you mean 3 eyes, not like 3 heads?
Yeah, 3 eyes.
Okay. Fulgurite just comes back because it doesn't have a very good description, kind of like, yeah, I don't know what it is.
And I assume Stig can't discern any other features at this range.
No, but you do see the the gleam of the eyes on this creature, and it seems to be looking at the party.
Stig is sitting there, the Gore of Gorthok planted right next to him, and he goes, "Come on, come and get us, come and get us. I want you to do it. Come on, get me. Come on, get me. Come on. Try it." But he's just whispering that to himself.
Give me a Constitution check, Stig.
Oh, not a persuasion check to lure it towards me.
No, a con check.
A straight Constitution.
Yep, just straight. You are in a stare down, with this creature. It's like you're.
Seeing who can blink first.
Yeah, exactly.
Fulgurite looks at Stig and looks at the creature, and he's going to just join with his big owl eyes.
After a while, Stig, and with Fulgurite, it descends into the abyss. Again, not disturbing the water.
As it disappears, he goes, not as dumb as you look, are you?"
Who's next on watch?
Mason.
Stig, you wake up Mason for his watch.
He will casually mention three eyes the size of basketballs or the size of the helmet you crafted. But It didn't. It disappeared back into the water. Shouldn't mess
I
with us
shall,
tonight.
I shall ponder that.
Well, right,
Mason's
side
good.
too. He is a good owl.
Yes, he's a good owl, but he hasn't, he hasn't learned to speak yet.
Give him time.
So Mason's gonna sit down and start thinking of all the creatures that have like 3 eyes that he can think of, or 4 eyes with one poked out.
Okay. You can give me a nature check if you're trying to think of animals or creatures.
Just because I'm gonna add a flash of inspiration, flash of genius to that, so it's a 12.
Okay. No. No natural creature that you can think of that has that many eyes. Again, and you realize again you are in the Feywild, so it could be whatever. You have no idea what it could be.
Alright, just gonna continue my watch now.
Um, rest. We'll speed this up. Rest of the evening goes off. No, without a hitch. No more three-eyed monsters or sea beasts coming out of the water. The the day is yours.
Alright, so we wake up. You guys ready to... Ganford, do you know of any water-based three-eyed creatures? Because apparently it crawled out last night and it had 3 eyes.
Does
The size of
this
your
ring-
head, apparently.
Does that ring any bells by chance?
Gallanford, you can give me a nature check.
Could I give him some help?
Um,
Having seen it and also being a monster slayer. A hunter slayer of monsters.
sure.
Yeah, finally did well on a roll.
Gallanford, you don't know of any fey creature that matched the brief description that was given to you based off last night. And Stig, you. Well, okay, yeah. Since you're trying to help, yeah, you. But Stig, with you can think, not you haven't heard any stories of any fey creatures, but definitely, you've heard stories of sea beasts from unique hunters that specialize in hunting, deep sea creatures. They've may exaggerate some stories of having many eyes, but so it could be some sort of deep sea creature, but not fey.
So nothing new.
Something that's native to this plane.
Yes.
An invasive species, which means we can kill it without it weighing on our conscience.
Alright, shall we paddle to our staging area in the...
So
And now we know we can lure the beast out with some food, if we want to actually try that stuck on an island tactic.
So, Caradwin and Galliford are gonna ride Excalibur. Mason, you've got flying boots.
I do, but I'd rather save those for an escape rather than to just get there if we've got a boat.
Okay. So who's getting the boat?
Mason will get in the boat.
Is the boat on the shore or on the island?
It was along the shore.
Okay. And then Stig, maybe Nick can help pull the boat or just row.
Yeah, I can pull the boat. I'm swimming as an octopus.
You got the strength for it?
Let me check.
Fogerat's
Yes, I do.
Fogerat's gonna turn into an octopus as well, but like a regular octopus, and help try and pull as well.
Is he like a cuttlefish where he's like the size of your hand?
Yeah, he's a regular octopus, but I think Nick can be a giant octopus.
Yep, I'm a giant octopus.
Yeah, so we all make it to the island.
All right. Yeah, you guys swim, fly, and make your way to the island. Again, it's another rocky shore. There are some bushes and everything like that, but it's a pretty decent sized island.
I'm gonna do a quick once over to see if there's any, do people come fish here? Does that monster come out and bathe here and bask, or just disturbance signs?
You can give me a survival check since you're looking for animalistic signs.
While Mason's doing that, I would like to look to see if
You're looking for what, Galliford?
a passage that might be accessible from the island instead of us diving.
Okay, you can give me an investigation check. Mason, as you're looking around, you don't see anything disturbing like that would disturb a large creature. You don't believe the creature would come out on top of the island for any reason.
Yeah, that puts me a bit at ease.
Galliford, you're looking around. It's pretty barren, but you don't see anything that may a surface entrance to this temple.
Oh, hey, Caradwin's got that wand thing.
Oh yeah.
Caradwin, are you muted?
Yes, I am. Yes, I have a wand, and it can tell me where secrets are. If you would like to take it with you into the ocean.
I think Galliford would like you to try it up here on the shore.
I can. It is somewhat limited in range, but I can still give it a try if you'd like.
Yeah, the goal was to try and find a way that didn't require us going in the water so you can join.
Are there secret doors? From 30 feet.
You don't detect any secret doors or anything within 30 feet of you.
Well, I'm open to other suggestions, I guess.
How many helmets have you made, Mason?
I just have the one helmet. Carolyn said she didn't want to go in the water, so I didn't make her one.
Do we know
For that,
how?
I thank you.
Do we know how deep this temple is?
It is pretty deep. I'm trying to think. It's about 800 feet below the surface to the bottom.
Oh,
My God.
It's huge. From what you saw, the temple is also pretty huge.
okay, so our goal was to get something out of the temple, or was it to defeat the monster? Because if it's that deep and we just needed to defeat the monster, I say we bait it to the surface.
Whatever
I
the
don't know if
creature
we
is
need
that's
to-
serving in there, it has one of the pages that we needed to acquire.
So yeah, there's nothing really saying we can't get the creature up here and then fight it, and then a couple of you can go down into the temple and grab the items that we need.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be that deep.
Then we have to start accounting for pressure too. It's going to be a whole thing.
I know I'm not. It's a magical world. I'm not going to put too much realism into this.
They do have rules for diving that deep.
Do they?
Yeah, it's the DMG, page 116. While you're swimming lower than 100 feet, it counts as basically you're expending air twice as fast as normal.
Okay.
Oh, and if it's lower than 200, then it's 4 times as fast.
Well, you had gills, and Nyx was an octopus.
Yes, so anybody who can't breathe, divide your hold your breath count by 4, and that's how long you can stay at that depth.
Okay, 800 feet divided by 30 feet of double movement means it's going to take us 26 rounds to get down there. So it's going to take basically 2.5 minutes of just swimming as fast as you can just to get down there.
Stick double dashing can get down there in exactly 1 minute.
Essentially, you're not going to be able to hold your breath and go down there. You're going to probably drown before you make it to the surface. So if we fight this thing and then it knocks our water breathing out, yeah, we best fight it on the surface the best we can.
So Chris, after Nyx and I got mucusified, were we able to swim out and regain our water breathing, or did we have to make it to the surface?
After getting completely out, you were able to, I would say, wipe away the mucus from your gills, and be able to breathe better. But while you're in the mucus, you can't water breathe.
Also, is there any concern about darkness?
I mean, it sounded like the mucus was, a bit obscuring, but yeah.
I would say you believe you saw some magical light sources, but once you got into the mucus and couldn't breathe, that was the least of your concern.
Mason, would you be able to create a non-flammable light source for us? Is that within your capabilities?
I can look. I know I have produced flame, which is a magical fire. But let me do some research. So I do have magical tinkering, so I can make little lights. They're just not they're nowhere near as bright as like a torch.
Okay, probably too much of a hassle to deal with.
I mean, we all can see in the dark. It's just the obscuring mucus that might be a problem. I think the best bet would be to try and lure it up onto lure it up here and see if we can fight it. And if it just runs into the water, then we know we have to fight in the water.
So, here's an idea. Stig will go over and pull out his grappling hook and a bunch of rope. Fishing.
I like your thinking.
Well, you two are the more expert fishers, so I'll just stand ready to attack when it arises.
It came up at night, so it may be a nocturnal creature. So, shall we get prepared and see how long it takes for it to come up? Ready for a montage?
It did show up last night, but I didn't see it go after any of the little fish. Let's just hook up this grappling hook and some rope and get it secured. That way, if we have the option to hook it and tie it and prevent it from diving again.
All right.
All right, so I am gonna make those the light sources, and I'm just gonna kind of spread them out. I can only make three, so I'm just gonna kind of spread them out next to the shore. So if it does appear again, we at least have some light on it, so we can see, because apparently we couldn't see it last night. Then I'm gonna help Stig with his big fishing pole. Peruse my own thing to see if we got anything good.
Is there anything on the island we can secure the other end to?
I would say there could be a stump that you see.
If it's the biggest thing, we'll secure it to that.
Yeah, it's just a montage right now, like Jaws, where they're getting the shark cage ready.
And I was thinking Predator when he's applying his mud makeup.
That too. Do you have some of the mucus that you're putting all over you?
Maybe.
To fight the beast, you must become the beast.
Slather myself up so he can't grab me.
All right, you guys prepare for your fishing expedition. Hopefully to draw the creature out to the surface and to find it on your turf instead of its turf. And with that, I think we're going to end the session there.
We're gonna need bait big enough for it. Slowly turn to Nyx.